Initially, I was listening to a lot of jazz while I was painting and collaging. I consider myself a painter and a collagist. So as I was listening to music, whether it was Dizzy Gillespie or Thelonious Monk or Miles Davis or whoever, initially it was me responding to those rhythms. But I think if I had to live my life all over again, I would have been a musician. Thus, after a while, my internal kind of creativity kicked into play, where it was no longer I was responding to somebody else's music, but I guess in my own way, I was creating my own music internally. I was feeling my own rhythms and beats and verve, and that then in a silent, quiet room, I was then creating these things that felt like music and was about music, and I was using the colors. The colors were almost like then became like notes on a sheet of paper. And then I was composing my own compositions visually, kind of a visual music. The piece at the North Carolina Museum of Art, I've seen it many times. And I think when I initially saw it, it kind of stunned me because it was not the geometric patterns that I was accustomed to seeing with flat color. It was more these modulated color, the softness. And so what he was doing was actually using spray paint and using other, unconventional materials to get the softness and this nuance. And once again, it was this New Orleans scene, and it played back to the whole theme of music, American jazz, American classical music, African-American influences and African influences on popular music, American music, jazz music. So it's a very powerful piece. It started to influence my work because it became a form of a synesthesia, of this translation of color, sound to color. And what eventually happened is while I was doing more collage work, there was more of this improvisation of jazz. I knew the rules of how to do realism, how to do impressionism, non-objective abstraction, minimalist works, all these different styles, cubism. So in my collage work, I was really taking all the works from, say, impressionism to pop art, the pure modernist period, and synthesizing all those styles of work together to create the collage works that I have. And so by studying Bearden, I realized as well he was using a similar kind of improvisation, a kind of almost like what they call psychic automatism, just kind of this spontaneity of grabbing disparate materials and bringing it together. So I used the same kind of methodology that he used to create my work. So that music really was at the core more of a guiding principle of how to create, especially when it comes to jazz.